being single is great, and here's why. One boyfriend that I had, in the middle of the night before his birthday, I decorated basically the whole house with like hundreds of balloons and all the flowers and all the presents and like baked a cake, and by the time he came down I was exhausted. He's like, hey, do you want to have some tea? I'm like, I'm gonna go back to bed. Happy birthday. Oh, that's really hard. The most romantic thing anyone's ever done for me would be, oh God, that's just really embarrassing. Someone actually, you know the bridge in Paris with the locks? I got a lock there. So you put the little love lock and you put that was pretty romantic. Oh, perfect date. It's not dinner. It's definitely not dinner. Let's go for a walk. You know, because when you're walking with someone, you get the truth out. I know that sounds really weird. I have it with my mates when you're like, oh, you got some stuff we need to talk about? Let's get on the heath. Let's like stomp it out, because then there's something that you can just get a lot of things out and then have a long walk and then end up in the pub. Because then there's not that, what do you order? How do you order? What food are you eating? Have I got something in my teeth? And it's all a bit, everyone's watching. Whereas you can kind of, you know, wander to somewhere lovely and then get a pint. Oh, so for mistletoe. I had a Christmas party once. I do like parties. And I basically, the way that I decorated my house was entirely with greenery and all, you know, wreaths and all that kind of stuff. And on the dance floor, I got the whole ceiling covered in mistletoe. So you couldn't see any ceiling, you could only see mistletoe, because I was like, someone needs to snog. Someone needs to get dirty on this dance floor. No one got off with each other. I was like, did it put you off having all of the mistletoe? I'm pretty for Valentine's Day, because if you're in a relationship, then it's an excuse to have a date night. And if you're not in a relationship, then it's an excuse to go out with your girlfriends and be like, being single is great, and here's why, and let's do something ridiculous on Valentine's Day. Yeah, I sort of feel like it's a bit of a relic now anyway, Valentine's Day. Like, you know, I was 11 and you'd get like a chocolate heart from a boy at school. It's sort of, I don't know. It's an excuse for us to kind of do something on a particular day en masse. Leonardo DiCaprio, 100%. Yeah, probably still now. No, I mean, I don't know a young boy who didn't think that Leonardo DiCaprio, circa Romeo and Juliet, leading into Titanic. Hell, I'll even take him in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was fit. Really awkward. I have met him, and I literally, he just went, hey, and I was like, 12-year-old me was like, say something. I was just looking at his face going, hey. And every part of my brain was like, say another word. And I couldn't. So I just said, hey, 3 times and then just walked away. And he was like, cool. And I was like, can't do it. Just can't do it. Jack. When they can hold their own in a family dinner. Your family dinner. Well, it's weird. I'm obsessed with this George Michael song. He did a cover, If I Can't Make You Love Me. And just the whole song I think is so romantic. It's really sad. If I can't make you love me, then I won't. It's kind of, I know that sounds like anti-romance, but that's pretty romantic. A lot of his songs are about heartbreak though. So there's a lot of kind of, yeah, heartbreaking moments. So it's romantic for yourself, and it's sort of, you know, paying homage to the big stuff and love and romance. There are many. I think that, you know, She, maybe the face I can't forget. No, it's just so romantic. It's so romantic. Obviously, it's the closing credits of Notting Hill, which makes me think it even more. And you've got like Julia Roberts with her smile looking fabulous. But that is, I think, one of the most romantics. Also, The Cure, Friday, and I'm in Love. Just that whole song. Magic. Aside from Last Christmas, you've got Mail. I love it. You know when you have those VHSs, like from back in the day, when you were a kid and you've got like 3 at home and you've watched them all 17 times, You've Got Mail was one of them. And so from then, also Nora Ephron, Till I Die. Just love her. Oh, do it. If anything, you get it out your system because you've got that crush and it's lovely and you have that gorgeous memory, and then you can be stuck in the lift with them at some point and be like, oh, awkward. And then you get a bit of gossip. Then when you come back in January, you want to have some stuff to talk about. You want to have like the office, dynamic of what happened. But definitely carpe diem. Carpe diem, because you never know. He could be that person, she or he could be it. And it just needed some mulled wine and some bad DJ music to just make it happen. So, my best friend Lola, for whatever bizarre reason, I always have a day off on her birthday every single year. So every single year we do something. And this year I took her to a spa. The year before that, I think it was the year before that, I dressed us up as Clueless, and we went horse riding and we did this whole thing. So yeah, it's always Lola's birthday that I'll always do something kind of, like that. Ooh, of all time, I mean, is it wrong to say Brad and Jennifer Aniston? I know that they're not now, but they were so perfect. They just, And then currently, like Bey and Jay-Z, 100%. Like, it's just makes sense. It's just completely logical and brilliant and perfect. Emptying the bins even though you know that it's not your turn. I think that's what love is.